Hi, everybody. It's such an honor to speak to you right before Yom Kippur. And today I wanted to talk about something that is so integral to our Jewish practice, but it's not just for Jews, so whoever you are and wherever you are, I hope that this goes straight into your heart and it helps you both personally and professionally. So, as I said before, we're about to go into Yom Kippur here in Israel. It's the holiest day of the year of the Jewish calendar, and it's the day that we're judged for our actions. And also, it's the day that God decides what kind of year we're going to have coming up. And our prayers are fervent, and we're really trying to make amends for anything that we did wrong last year. So I want to talk today about apologizing because there's a strong Jewish custom that before Yom Kippur, we apologize to anybody who we've hurt or wronged during this past year. And it's really important to do that. God cannot forgive us for something that we did to someone else. We have to go to them personally and we have to ask for forgiveness. But oftentimes you may have experienced that your apology falls flat, or if somebody apologizes to you, it just doesn't feel good enough. It doesn't really heal that wound. So I want to share with you today what Gary Chapman calls the 5 languages of apology. And it's important to think about this when we're talking to someone and trying to make amends for something that we've done. So the first element or the first type of apology is expressing regret. And that's when we simply say to the person, I am so sorry for what I did. I wish I wouldn't have done that. Number two is accepting responsibility. So often it's easy to rationalize our behaviors or make excuses. It's really important to accept full responsibility for what we've done or what we've said. Number 3, we want to make restitution. If I took something that wasn't mine, that means giving it back. If I said something to someone publicly, it means telling everybody who was present that I take it back, that I didn't mean it, that it wasn't true, or whatever else restitution and fixing it could be there. Number 4 is genuinely repenting. And according to Jewish law, genuinely repenting means that if we're in the same situation again, we just don't make the same mistake. So what that would sound like would be if I said to you, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I did that, and I will make sure that I will never ever do that again. So let's say we didn't speak to someone nicely when we ran into them in the street. It means that I genuinely resolve that the next time I run into that person in the street, I'll speak to them with respect and with love. And the last form of apology is asking for forgiveness. And asking for forgiveness can be the hardest, especially in our society. I don't know what's going on in the country that you're listening to this from, but something that's been really hard for us here in Israel is that certain of our leaders have not apologized for things that they've done wrong. And I know that this is not just going on here, but in other countries as well, particularly during this pandemic. And think about how meaningful it is when a politician or a leader or a teacher or your friend simply looks you in the eye and says, I hope that you will forgive me for what I have done. So the next time you're apologizing to someone, and I encourage you to apologize if you've done something wrong, think about what's going to mean the most to the person who you've hurt. You can even include all 5 of those elements to cover your bases. And when we do that, we are building bridges and making a better world moving into our new year. God bless everybody.